From the Lower Colorado River Authority, this is Wavelength.
The creation of this new river authority will help electrify rural Texas.
And so today, we gather here to dedicate this mighty structure, the Cannondale.
But this has been a great organization for 60 years. It's going to be a great organization for a long time to come.
Hi everyone, welcome to the October 2004 edition of Wavelength. Well, we all have them under the sink, tucked away in the garage, or stacked up in the storage shed. Old paint cans, used oil, pesticides, fertilizer. But what do we do with these hazardous chemicals once we no longer need or want them? Back in May 1992, LCRA teamed up with state and local officials in Colorado County to hold its first ever household hazardous waste collection event. Since then, 1.3 million pounds of recyclable materials have been collected at 26 events up and down the Colorado River Basin. The most recent household hazardous waste collection was held at the Blanco County Fairgrounds in Johnson City.
It's been overwhelming, the number of people that showed up. I got here at about 7:15 and people were already lined up ready to go with trailer loads of tires and batteries and paint and insecticides, and it's bigger than I thought it would be. I'm glad we're prepared. Hang on. Hi. Hey. I'm just asking for a couple of dollars per car to
get rid of this stuff.
kind of underwrite this a little bit.
In addition to the usual lineup of products, tires, batteries, used motor oil, paint, and lawn chemicals, these events now also accept used computers and cell phones.
People come and donate it to our church, and it just built up, and we couldn't do anything with them. And so this is a blessing that you had some place to put this stuff and get rid of it.
Fertilizer, more paint.
Another popular new feature is the Product Exchange Center, where items no longer needed by one person can be dropped off and then picked up and used by someone else at no cost.
We're collecting good quality, reusable latex paint that people have decided they no longer need anymore. And rather than paying to dispose of it, what we are doing is we've got our team here that's remixing it, lights and darks.
This reuse program also saves money by not having to pay disposal costs for the reused products.
We have so much junk stored away for years with nothing to do with it, you know. We need to get rid of it responsibly. So it's great.
I certainly do appreciate the help. I need all I can get.
This is an elderly lady who did not have anybody to help her load her our household chemicals. So I sent a volunteer with her to go down to her house and load it, and then she's going to bring it back.
That's awfully nice of you guys.
All part of the service.
We opened up at 8:30, and we've been jammed ever since then.
One of the primary goals of this effort is to prevent the contamination of the environment, especially our water resources.
You know, you got to learn how to go with the flow.
That's right.
The response that I'm getting from the surveys is the people love this, want to see more of it, and are very excited about having this.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
At the end of the day, 458 households were represented in the collection. They brought 29 tons of recyclable materials, including 430 gallons of used oil, 300 used oil filters, 165 gallons of latex paint, 200 computers, and 1,830 old tires. Additionally, participants donated $1,083 at the gate, a new record.
The Comal Power Plant in New Braunfels provided electricity to Central Texas from 1926 until it was decommissioned by LCRA in 1972. This distinctive red brick building with its towering stacks is the dominant visual landmark on the new Braunfels skyline. The old power plant will now take on a whole new life as a residential center.
1, 2, 3. A shovel.
A group headed by Austin developer Larry Peel purchased the property from LCRA and will transform the plant interior into 109 loft apartments. In addition, 185 garden apartments will be built on the surrounding 23 acres.
In order to pull a project like this off, it takes significant help from the local community. We have had more help down here than anywhere we've ever been. We love it.
The ground floor will include retail space, a fitness center, and performance areas.
The economic development impact of this project for this community is going to be unbelievable. Think about the number of jobs that are going to be created during the construction phase. Think about the number of jobs that will be here to maintain this facility after it gets completed. Think about the increase in tax base that this community is going to have. It's probably going to be somewhere between $500,000 and $600,000 a year in additional taxes that will be paid into this community.
Beal credits the success of this project to a strong partnership between LCRA, the New Braunfels community, and the developer.
We appreciate not only Larry's work in this, but also LCRA's vision in realizing that tearing this building down would have been a horrible loss for everybody. Joe, we appreciate that and everything that the board has done to support the reclaiming of this property and turning it back over to positive community use.
Construction is expected to take about 18 months and should be complete in spring 2006.
LCRA's Thomas C. Ferguson power plant in Marble Falls is 30 years old. In honor of the occasion, plant employees held a special anniversary ceremony and open house. The natural gas-fired plant was originally designed for at least 4 generating units, but plans changed due to the fuel crisis in the 1970s, which also led to LCRA's construction of its coal-fired units in LaGrange. Ferguson's role in power production and how it is operated have also changed and evolved over the years.
One thing that has remained steadfast in that 30 years is the dedication of the employees that work here. They have known what to do, how to do it, and have remained flexible.
The plant's namesake, Thomas Ferguson, was a member of the very first LCRA Board of Directors. He served as mayor of Burnett, county judge, state district judge, and state representative. He worked tirelessly over the years to bring water, sewer, and electric service to the Hill Country. In this 1987 interview, Judge Ferguson talks about life before LCRA's dams and power plants.
When I came to Burnett, they had a one-cylinder diesel engine tied to a generator. That was the electric power for Burnett. And it started up at 6 o'clock in the evening, quit at 10 o'clock at night, started up again the next morning about 5:30, 6 o'clock, quit along about sunup. And that was the electric power here.
His law library and personal papers are housed today at Burnett High School. Bob Seitz and Leland Fisher have a special interest in touring the plant today. Seitz was in charge of bringing Ferguson online in 1974, and Fisher served as the second plant manager.
It's a wonderful feeling to come here and realize that I was a part of something this nice. It looks like it did the day we started it up. It's fantastic the way they've been able to maintain it. I didn't expect it to look this good.
All right, gentlemen, right here.
Seitz joined former plant managers Marion Nichols, Leland Fisher, and Norman Jones to pass on their collective wisdom to current manager Mike Glasser.
Get up early and pray a lot. You'll need it.
Before 4 o'clock,
Before
right?
4 o'clock, that's right.
Yeah, every day is a new day.
I guess I'd have to say, don't worry about the mule going blind, just load the wagon.
I'd say just like you talked about in your speech about the community, the employees, and the safety. Those three focuses.
Thank you.
Very good. Very
Mike?
good.
We'll try to continue on with the legacy that y'all have left.
The 34 employees at Ferguson Power Plant have now worked over 1.5 million hours without a lost time accident. That comes out to 17 years of safe operations.
For that commitment, including the late nights and holidays, to make this a safe plant and a reliable plant, and one that does its job, and one that has done that for 30 years. I thank you, I appreciate what you do, and most importantly, I look forward to the next 30 years of this plant doing its job up here. Congratulations to you.
That help with the project.
Also attending the open house were Nicholas Cowie, who works at McKinney Ruffs. His father, Stephen Cowie, works at Ferguson Power Plant. Grandfather, Leland Fisher, retired from LCRA. And Nicholas's great-grandfather, Clifton Cowie, pictured at Comal Power Plant in New Braunfels. They represent 4 generations of service to LCRA. This month on Board Profile, meet LCRA Board Chair Ray Wilkerson. Ray Wilkerson was appointed to the LCRA Board in October 2001 by Governor Rick Perry. At that time, the board officers, chair, vice chair, and secretary, were elected to one-year terms by the board at large. In 2003, the Texas legislature changed this procedure, giving the governor the duty of appointing the LCRA board chair. And in 2004, Governor Perry made his first choice for this position, Ray Wilkerson.
First of all, it's taken the place of my day job. It's 30-40% of my time, full time, especially as chair. If I'd pay to do it. It is a learning experience I'd never have a chance to do again. I'm excited about it because it gives a chance to set some programs. It gives a chance to implement those programs and to perfect them along the way. I've got incredible board officers that make it easy.
Ray is president of Ray Wilkerson Companies, a commercial real estate development business. He and his wife Karen have 2 daughters and have been married for 33 years. One of their favorite activities is traveling together.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ray is no stranger to public service. He spent 13 years as a member and vice chair of the Texas Rehabilitation Commission and has served Texas under 4 different governors. One of Ray's great passions these days is the Heart Gift Foundation. He is a founding member of this charitable organization which brings children from around the world to Austin for life-saving heart surgery.
The most exciting thing, of course, is to see the relief, the gratitude, the surprise of the parents. It's emotional. The children, they're going to live a healthy and happy life just like anybody else. What better ambassadors to the world can we possibly ever create than a grassroots appreciation of what some people in the United States can do to save children and asking nothing in return.
Ray says that in the years he's been on the board, one thing has not changed. That is his opinion of LCRA employees.
When I go to the power plants, I'm absolutely overwhelmed with the welcome, the feel, the pride that people show. I'm so impressed. We've got 30 and 40-year employees that have given their life to this. That, I don't think we ever give the appreciation and the thank you that they deserve, and I have not done that well enough, and I'd like to take an opportunity to say thank you to the staff of the LCRA and all the employees. 11 o'clock.
Ray Wilkerson's term on the board will expire in 2007. In the October edition of LCRA News, employees share their summer vacation photos and stories from all around the world. And read how LCRA environmental staff monitor fish to help determine water quality. Also, news and events from all over the region in the October LCRA News. Well, that's it for this edition of Wavelength. We'll look forward to seeing you again next time.